Last time on Kingmaker. After interrogating Hap's Bidon via Diego dumping a bucket of tattoos on him, he immediately spilled the beans on the Stag Lord's habits, current whereabouts, and even a nearby camp. After getting this news, the Ashen Corp took off with Haps to hunt down the last of the tax collectors that got away. While tracking down the tax collector, the Ashen Corp found a hunting party of kobolds feasting on the tax collector in a moon radish's patch. Taking advantage of the situation, the Ashen Corp slew all but one of the kobolds in order to conquer the moon radish for future gains. The next morning, the kobold they left alive believed that Marquis was a dragon, revealing that his name was Soots. The kobold informed the Ashen Corp that he was from a nearby tribe of kobolds that recently had a new leader. But with the current task on hand, the Ashen Corp wouldn't have time to investigate until later with more supplies. Arriving at the Stage Lord's camp, the Ashen Corp pulled off a successful ambush, killing off all but the leader of the camp, a female bandit named Crestel, who Haps was infatuated with. But the love was one-sided, for as it turns out, Svetlana's wedding ring was given by Haps to Crestel, only for her to turn around and sell it to misfits near an old sycamore tree. After a misinterpretation of orders from Matherson, Rasheen ended Crestel's life with one shot, devastating Haps. With part of the task done, and new goals in sight, the Ashen Corp head back to Oleg's to drop Haps off, gather more supplies and tasks, then head off to find the Cobalt tribe. Now!
We are in the sandbox portion of the campaign. The last time they fought, they defeated the bandits at... Does anyone remember the name of the river? I think it's just called the River Crossing Camp.
I just know there's people peeing in it.
I think every time there's a stream with bandits, someone's going to be pissing.
Someone is always peeing in the river.
I think that's correct.
I don't remember the name of the camp.
Yes.
I just remember the name of the boss.
The Thorn River Camp, that's it.
River camp.
Mm-hmm.
They have since recruited Haps Braden and the kobold Soots into, well, I wouldn't say the party, but at the very least, they've got this small group of misfits here. So,
Well, you know, Haps is a potential member of our crew. We're still dealing with the legal work for that. And of course, Soots is the first of a long line of cultists.
So I guess just picking up from last time, if you don't remember, you've picked up officially 3 quests. You got paid for the quests of another. You've slain, I think, 7 bandits was what was required, and you got paid for that.
I got a lot of tattoos in my bag.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Diego's habit of taking tattoos, they had the proof already in the pudding, and they made a good chunk of change off of that already. Starting the session, you have decided to devise a plan, and after earning Haps's careful respect, he is elected to tell you, "Oi, mates, I know you want to go and start attacking the Stag Lord immediately, but if you go there now, you're going to be I've seen the Stag Lord one time. He's a monster of a man. 2 men who brought him 1 bottle of booze short. He literally reached out, grabbed the man's face, and crushed his skull between his fingers. The other man ran off. I saw him pick him off about 6 miles away, I did, with my own 2 eyes.
So you have 2 eyes then? You admit this?
Diego.
Impressive shot.
Anyways, well, that's good to know. I mean, we'll have to come up with a countermeasure for a 6-mile attack radius, but well, he has been caught in his fort, so I guess we won't have to worry about that aspect. Only if we try to flee. We'll get some other things done first to make sure that everyone is well prepared. Seeing if we can get some more allies and such.
Boy, I can tell you though, he likes the drink, he does. If he ain't getting it within an amount of time, he might get cranky. We might want to consider either cutting off his supply line or possibly even opening trade.
Well, we could go the route of poisons and such if need be to just simplify that problem, but for now, let's see what we can do in regards to that. Meaning, finding out about his supply routes and things like that.
Boy, mate. You do have, I believe, 5/6 of a 6th pack still remaining here at base.
We have 7 dusty liquor bottles still.
That's 7 then. Okay. So.
Oh yes, because we gave one to Haps, so
Yes.
to console him in his time of grief.
He was very upset with you, yes. That was probably the wise thing to do.
Yes, especially now that, he is very interested in our plan.
He is. But we do need to ask, what is your plan? Because now that you've kind of earned his respect a little bit more, he does tell you that the strongest territories that the Stag Lord controls is the Greenbelt. Now, the Greenbelt extends from... I'll go ahead and draw... I'll be using green for this.
You'll be using green for the green belt. Interesting.
Bold today,
I
huh?
know, he's going so off the charts.
Yes.
So, officially speaking... Well, there is no officially speaking since this is the Stolen Lands, but, officially according to the Stag Lord, he controls all the Stolen Lands. Haps informs you that this is in fact bullshit. And the strongest bit of territory that he controls is the Greenbelt. Now, his fortress, he will also inform you, is right here next to the Tuskwater Lake.
Okay.
Okay.
The most bandit activity that he has seen is in this yellow circle.
Of course, the area we have to go and find the tree in.
Yes, in fact, I was actually wondering if, so better if you would, of course, speak with Soots about potentially where his camps are, or tunnels.
Yes, that was the next thing. Figuring out exactly where Soots' cave was and if there were multiple entrances or not.
Well, here's the thing. He will tell you is like, Soots can't read. Soots don't know maps. But it's near a river.
Okay.
It's south, really far. He will say he's seen the Stag Lord's fort, and it's north of the Stag Lord's fort, which isn't super helpful considering the Stag Lord's fortress is right on the Tuskwater. He's pretty sure it's somewhere in the Greenbelt, though. Like, you show him this very detailed map that you have, and he can tell that the blue means river, and he's like, probably somewhere along the rivers.
Okay.
Is it far from where we found him?
You point to where you found him, which is that green check mark right there, which is the radish patch. And he goes, oh yeah, they traveled very far north to get those moon radishes.
Alright, so we'll assume here or here.
Yeah.
This is not like we found it here.
Yeah.
Was there a bunch of forests nearby or an open plain?
Oh, open plain. No trees.
I believe it is down here where the fork of the river is then, sir.
We'll travel along the river and try to make sure that we don't miss a spot this time. I assume our 2 trackers will be more than up for the challenge.
Are we taking...
Marquis, make sure that you also try.
Of course.
Which NPC are we taking? I'm assuming Amiri, but I don't want to assume too much.
Well, we'll
Oh,
take
yeah,
the
it's like
splits,
a-
of course.
Don't it take a Miri to go kill that hog thing?
Eventually, yes.
So you want to take a Miri in case you run into the hog? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's fair enough. It will take you just a good part of the morning to prep your supplies.
Okay, so we need to buy 11 worths of rations to have a there and back trip with some buffer. Excellent.
Alrighty. And 1 ration can be used in your cooking ingredients, by the way. Okay, so do you know the path that you want to chart? Or do you want to, like, just go as, and we'll make it up as we go?
So my thought is, since we already fully cleared the one with the red check mark, going here, 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 and there.
Okay. I'm going to...
I have no issues with that kind of plan, yeah.
Is that my understanding?
Yes. Yep, that is Sorbetta's input.
Okay. One last thing. You have got X amount of horses and a different amount of people in the party. Let me go
Actually, I think we have more horses than normal party members, correct?
Yes.
Especially because
have-
we can put Soots in a bag.
Yeah, we have 6 horses. We picked up, I believe, an extra one when we hit the camp. So we're up to 6 horses now.
So you got six humanoids and then 1 Soots, correct?
I think it's 5 humanoids, isn't
It'd
it?
be 5 humanoids and 1 Soots.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so is Haps going to hang out here then?
He probably has some drinking to do.
Sorbetta is going to just lean over to Matherson. It's up to you. But if we do, have Valerie be on watch so that Oleg doesn't screw the man in his sleep.
Gross.
Yes, I have a pretty good feeling that both Harim and Valerie would make sure that this new member will be here for, of course, information and
Yeah.
otherwise.
My lord, if I may propose, perhaps on the way back we should hit these 2 spots.
I would like to see how we're feeling. If it caused too much of an issue dealing with this kobold situation, that it would be good to retread if we're feeling a bit under the weather. But the ability to explore, if all goes well, would be much appreciated.
Right
We
on.
can take a wide berth and make sure that we know all of the lands between our eventual target and home.
Makes sense, my lord.
So horses have a speed of, was it 45? 40. Okay, that works.
I know it's more than 1 horsepower.
It is! That's so weird! God. Like, 1 horse is like 6.6 horsepower. It's so weird. Like, I don't get it. So, with a speed of 40, you could do 2 activities per day as you travel. So, once you've geared up, and you've already handled the money situation, correct?
Yes.
Then I'm going to be spending 4 of that silver for personal rations myself.
Right on. Alright. For your first activity, you travel to this area. Would you like to recon the area?
Yes, I think based on what has been said, there isn't that much of a time limit currently, and knowing all of these areas in between our eventual target and us wouldn't be a bad idea.
Can Diego search for giants?
Yeah. Okay, so for reconning the area, 1 person makes a perception check. And this will be treated as the group perception check.
All right, who's best at perceiving?
I perceive at a 5.
Sir, I have excellent eyes at a 7.
I was at 6, so yeah.
Diego
Jelly
also has a
donuts?
7.
You know what? Since Diego's actively looking for giants, I will let him roll then.
It's like a 1.
Oh my god.
Why? every attempt at tracking so far with you, you're not bad at these skills, but holy crap.
Well, yeah, you're a wizard, okay? It was dying one hit.
Holy shit,
Oh
that's
my God.
great.
Permission to roll.
And Diego comes in
Do
and
we
says,
have access to hero points yet?
I want to assure you, everyone in my party, that there are no giants to be found. We are safe.
Are you sure?
100% sure.
There's just a Jotun just having a stroll in the background.
In fact, for some reason, I have never been sure of anything more in my entire life.
I'm just picturing you standing on the back of like a sleeping giant. You know, just there. He goes, this
like,
thing
you know
is very squishy, but there are no giants.
There's no giants in this map, but for some reason, like Stuart's like, Yoler 1 is a giant. He's a giant you have to face now.
Oh, hell. I love, like, you guys are going around. You and Amiri both come back and confirm to everybody, no giants.
Like, what'd you find, Diego? Find any, like, fortresses or anything like that out there? And he's like, fortresses? I was looking for giants.
Those are dangerous. Like, we need to make sure.
So we've been out here for hours. You spent those hours looking for giants?
So, nothing else of note from either of our trackers?
I don't know. There technically could be. There could be some something interesting out there. I don't know. My job was looking for giants, of which there are none.
Amiri,
This is when he's just going to lean over to Marquis and just go, did you get a chance?
Well, here's the funny thing. There's the gaming way to do it, and then the real way to do it. The real way to do it is you did not find giants. You did not find anything. So that is your actions for the day. If you want to make camp, we can do that, or we can kind of speed this up a little bit.
Speed it on up.
Okay. Let's assign roles real quick. The person who's going to be setting up camp, who's got the highest survival?
I have a 1.
0.
I have a 5.
I too have a 5.
Well, you were busy too finding no giants, so
I think Sorbetta will be setting up camp then, unless Miri's is better. I don't think it is though. Miri has a 3 in survival. Okay. Marquis, you set up camp, no problem. Let's see. One thing I will definitely check real quick. I just need to roll a quick nat 20.
Almost.
Why?
Just wait until you get into a fight with an NPC, Matherson. It will be natural 20s.
All right. Okay.
Always is.
Marquis, give me a D10, and then let Dev give me a D20. So Marquis is setting up camp adjacent to a jutting rocky outcrop. And as you are setting up camp, you've got your tents coming out, you've got people making a fire, and sneaking up, like next to your camp, sits down, lo and behold, a giant who's like, all right, what are we having?
We're having Stewie. Would you like some? They're just talking to him. So a giant just comes into our camp and sits down.
Yeah, large. You know what? I know exactly.
It'll be really hilarious if it's a half giant. So like Diego's technically correct.
No. I'm waiting for this because it'll just be great. Matheson just looking up at him going. See, I know what that is. And this to me just proves that Diego has no idea what a giant is. Just picture every time he's mentioned ninja giant, it's just been like just something totally different.
So a large rotund giant walks out from behind your rocky outcrop, sits down, is like, "Oi, what are we having?"
What are we having?
Well, you know a few recipes, but one of them is moon radish stew, and you got plenty of moon radishes.
We're making We're making a scrumptious moon radish stew. I'm adding peppers.
Let's see if he likes moon radish stew. I hate moon radish stew. Oh, all right. I'll
Wait a minute. No one of moral righteous character hates moonradish stew. You, sir, are a villain.
And he corrects himself. He goes, "My teeth will rot out if I have more sugarous meals like moonradish stew."
Oh, I understand. And he puts his sword away and goes, "Also, who are you?"
"My name is Brogy. I wander these lands looking for worthy foes."
Is anyone else there?
Literally, the whole camp is here.
Is everyone else like in stunned silence or something? Like, what, a giant?
There are no giants. And Amiri confirmed, no giants. Set up camp,
No giants.
immediately a giant.
Sir, just checking something, because it seems by your large stature that I don't believe we have enough rations to necessarily take care of someone and make sure that you are well fed.
Are you calling him fat?
Would you say that you are giant in your expectations of this meal tonight?
Oh no, I was going to contribute to the potluck, as he pulls out like a deer carcass and places it in the camp.
And he's just looking to our resident cook. Roshin, I assume you could utilize this in some way or form to make sure that we are not having to deal with the large issue before us.
Of course, sir. I'll make sure that it is very scrumptious for our big friend over there and anyone else that would like to partake in the deer.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't Amiri immediately go, "I want to fight that guy"?
I think she's just surprised and disappointed in herself that she didn't find him.
Why? For what reason?
Well, part of that is because you were looking for giants, and you did not find him.
And just to verify, Amiri, there are no giants here, yes?
Correct. Oh.
We were looking for ninja giants.
Got it.
Oh, a giant! I found one. Here he is, look everyone, a giant! I found one! He must have not been in the area earlier. He just arrived.
And he's not a ninja, and the giant goes, "Correct! I am from the Tiger Lord tribe."
Oh yes.
And what is that?
The valiant Tiger Lord tribe. I've heard much about this tribe.
My name is Tigray.
Where exactly is that? As he's just
Tigray.
unfurling the map.
So he will point out that he comes far from the, and I'm double checking this. There are the Tigerlands, and I believe, yeah, they are to the west. He goes, "I came from the west."
There's so much of it that way. Any place in particular? The forest, mountains, waterways.
By the looks of it, it's kind of deserty.
Got it.
Sorbetta will message Matherson. I believe the Iron Wraiths were sent to the area known as the Glenabon Uplands, specifically to deal with the Tiger Lords.
Wait, does that mean I can actually talk to the giant in Jotun then?
You could, yeah.
Could Diego start talking to him in Jotun and start telling about some interesting stories that he learned about the Tiger Lords?
Sure, give me a lore check. See if he's impressed by it. He's not impressed, but he says, I see you have heard of us. I'm glad, little friend. Your Jotun accent is interesting, though. Might you be trained by the southern ninjutsu giants?
Oh, right, yes. I guess I have. And it starts telling him about the training he's done in the southern ninjutsu giants. I don't know if they exist or not, but he definitely leans into it.
I'm gonna roll What is your legal lore? You got a +5. I'm gonna give him a +5. Oh, I've heard legends of a giant that left his tribe to teach others. Could this be the same one?
No. I mean, yes, it could be.
Well, little man, I wish you the best.
His name was El Cazador.
El Cazador. That sounds like vaguely not ninja, but I don't know enough. I don't know enough about ninja to contest that.
Yes, Brogy, so you serve a Tiger Lord, I assume? Yes?
Aye.
Well, the Tiger Lord. You see, we also hear of the Stag Lord, and I'm starting to realize there might be a pattern here. What other lords are throughout this land? I assume you've had to fight nearly all of them.
Oh, there's lots of little creatures and little lords about the land. I don't know too much about them. They're not really worth fighting. But I know that in the Greenbelt, there are several tribes of tiny creatures. But one are a pack of devil worshippers.
Hmm?
They're little, and then as he's mentioning that, Soots pops the head out of the bag. That! He points at Soots.
I see. So they worship these.
No. Those creatures worship devils.
Ah, got it.
Devils and dragons, and Soots tilting his head, really confused.
And I could just see Matheson looking over at Marquis, just going, devils, good, perfect.
I'll check that.
I heard, though, that there's a purple-haired stranger among them that's come and disrupted their tribe.
Food's done, my lord. Here you go.
Any other lords? Well, supposed. I know they don't seem to compare to yours, but, you know.
Well, I'm not supposed to be saying this, but since you made this delicious meal for me, roll your food. Roll.
Yay.
Can I modify it with diplomacy thanks to Hobnobber?
What now?
So wondering if I could modify the roll with diplomacy. For all the wonderful small chat. No, small talk.
You know what? That is silly, but I'll allow it. Roll diplomacy.
Good food, good conversation. You know how it works.
Yeah, no. Roll diplomacy. Okay, so yeah, you get a +2.
+2, adding that in, and now I shall make that roll. 24!
He takes the haunch of venison that you made him, along with a teeny tiny bowl for him of moonradish stew. He thanks you, chomps into it, and he's got these big comical, tears streaming down his face. This is the most delicious thing I've ever eaten.
All I did was add a bit of salt to it.
You see, I knew you were a man of great character. Of course you love moonradish stew.
I was wrong about you and your stew. Thank you so much. As a thank you, I will give you a small warning, tiny people. In the future, the Tiger Lords plan to expand and retake the stolen lands. I certainly hope that we will not fight each other on the battlefield, but if we do, I'll be sure to give you a warrior's respect.
And if we do meet in battle, my good friend, I should be sure to kill you quickly.
I like the cut of your jib, little man, as he holds out a fist for you to bump.
Diego, of course, bumps his fist.
Yeah, a camaraderie and respect is formed. Tiger Lord Tigray Brogy has offered to stay the night and ward off any ne'er-do-wells if you will accept him.
Brogy will remember this.
Brogy will remember this.
I have no problems with that.
Well, with the night ended, you and Brogy part ways. He actually will head north and then back west.
Well, hopefully he won't screw over the trading post, but...
Then Diego attempt to give him a a farewell in his Tiger Lord culture?
Yes, I will let you roll
And a
legal
custom.
lore again.
Legal lore. It's part of the legalities of his people. It's gonna be like a 1 again, isn't it?
Let's see.
14.
That's not bad.
Not too bad.
Considering the camaraderie that you formed, he will give you the same farewell.
I
All
bet
right.
it will just say, "May you find the fight you're looking for."
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Brogy will remember that. All right. Next hex.
You onward.
Onward and forward.
All right. You head to the next hex. I will need perception checks.
A or multiple?
It is a perception check.
Okay.
From who?
I know, that's the problem.
Let's see. Diego
From
do it.
whomever you wish.
There you go. 24.
Oh, okay. Diego, you are much better at finding this than finding giants.
Now I can confirm there are no giants here.
As you explore, you find a rocky crag jutting out from the hill, much like the one that you found your buddy Brogy from. And of course, that gets you excited and you look into it for more giants. And unfortunately, you look inside and you get really disappointed because in this 20-foot crevasse that you see is a bunch of just shiny stuff. I will need a nature check or a mining lore check for you to identify what this is. Anyone that's trained in nature can do this.
No, I can't do either then.
Yes, and I'm not either. So this will have to be one of ours or Miri.
Come on, nature nerds.
Oh,
I believe
so
it's
Betta has a
good.
5.
You have a 5 in nature?
I have a 5. Yep.
Are you trained? That matters.
Yes.
Okay, then you and Amiri can both roll. Amiri is also disappointed as she's like, it's only a gold mine.
No giants.
No giants.
Monkey, please note this location.
You say that, turn him, he's already writing in his book.
In addition to that, anyone know a good way to collapse the entrance?
Sir, if you give me the night, I can make a bomb.
Like a
I'm
trap so that
comfortable.
no one else can claim it.
Well, I mean, if we're going to be coming back here with miners, they can easily clear the entrance.
You're bringing children?
You know,
I mean, if there's
if
enough
they're
of
nice
them.
and safe.
Of course, yeah, the hardest workers.
Now he immediately sees us walking out with a bunch of children. She's just like, okay, I'm having real bad problems here.
You do know that it was actually kind of hard to find it, so booby trapping it is not a bad plan. It will take you several hours to do that, though, and that is going to be Rasheen's camping activity if you choose to do that.
I have no issues with that. We have others with survival, yes? Looks at the trackers. I guess.
Ah, yes,
that was
Diego is the best
Amiri.
at survival.
Diego did the perception check.
And he was
I am the best at survival, of course, because I am alive.
yeah, no, that was a big find.
I can't wait to establish that with some kind of mining camp or something.
So remember, camping activities, establishing a campsite, camouflaging, watch, all that stuff.
Oh! Well, we'll camouflage because, you know,
Very well.
hide this. And not only is it booby trapped, it's also hidden. Stay the F away.
Okay.
I shall
Natural
forego
one.
my grenade making that I would normally do.
I will let you use craft or whatever you use for alchemy for that.
Oh, to see how well I blow up the entrance?
Well, like how well you rig it. Meaning if someone tries to claim it, then it sets off the bomb.
Oh, of course, I'll use craft then.
That's what I assumed you were offering to...
Nat 20.
Yeah, you booby-trapped the shit out of this mine. Like, not only...
You just make a dungeon.
No, Matheson just puts a hand on Rushing's own shoulder, just looking at his work and just going, you know, even I don't want to set foot in here. Good job.
All All right.
I guess I will set up camp proper. So, no.
Fortunately,
You're too
though,
distracted.
Yeah, fortunately though, Rasheen's crafting, like, you guys essentially set up camp in the cave, but thanks to Matherson and Rasheen, you're not going to be able to cook tonight or anything like that, but you make a serviceable campsite. Like, a failure in establishing a campsite is not necessarily like a failure, you know what I mean? You just camp out in the mines, and it's fortunately not dangerous because Rasheen crit succeeded that.
As we're walking away, there's just an explosion from something trying to come out to, you know, like go and eat something. It's just like, whoop, well,
Just a little rat that explodes.
Diego and Amiri, if you want to use survival for hunt and gather.
Diego loses this one, I guess.
Yeah. Amiri brings back one special ingredient, so you'll want to put that in your inventory.
Diego brings back like a handful of berries or something. Like our dead rat he caught. Like, I was going easy on you. I didn't want you to feel embarrassed.
Thanks to Rasheen's just like absolute colonization of this mine, you've earned a green check mark here.
Yay!
Yeah, for colonization!
Do we also get basic ingredients?
Yes, roll 1d4 if you would, Diego.
1d4. Let's see here.
3.
3.
You get 3 basic ingredients.
I meant from Amiri's, because success gives you basic ingredients and a special ingredient.
Yeah, I know. I was having him roll for Amiri. So
The thing I'm reading is it has it just be basic ingredients equal to the zone's DC.
Oh. Okay, one moment.
Zones
I
DC.
thought you were rolling for his roll, because critical fail is 1d4 basic ingredients.
All right, one moment. Let me get
course.
this open.
Yep.
Let me get this open.
I brought back handfuls of ninja berries, yes. Very rare.
Success 1d4. Oh, yeah, my mistake. Okay, you brought back 3 special ingredients then. Excuse me. And this is Greenbelt. The zone DC is supposed to be 16, but the reason I'm treating it as 15 is basically because of Rasheen's nat 20. And then give me another 1d4 for basic ingredients, please. Oh, no,
Another 3.
Another 3.
yeah. Okay. Cool. Next zone. Go ahead and roll your recon.
Would you like me to do it today, sir?
Like, who rolls a recon? Is it me again?
Whoever has the highest perception, yeah, usually.
Let's see. 26.
All right, shit, yeah, absolutely.
There are definitely no giants here this time. Like I've cleared the place. No giants.
Greenbelt. Okay. Interesting.
Yes, Diego's usually very interesting.
Well, you know, that's the one thing he said that I can't deny.
Can't disagree with that.
You come across a rickety bridge, and as you can see, it does not appear to be complete.
Well, that's annoying. Rasheen?
However, the one thing that is helpful for you that you could see is that you do not need to cross this bridge to reach the destination that you wanted. This is just something you found. Because if you look at the map, in order to cross the Thorn River, like again, you'd be crossing the Thorn River in order to reach the other part of the Greenbelt. But since you're going down this way, you technically do not need to cross that bridge.
Unless the kobolds are on the other side of the bridge.
Unless, that's correct. But based on your charted path, hold on, based on your charted path, that's not going to impede you.
Okay.
Okay.
Either way. Rasheen, do you have any insight, of course?
Well, sir,
Let me read the flavor text super duper quick, and then I'll give you what you can.
Okay.
All right. This is considered a hazard. It says the Thorn River winds through 20-foot deep gulch nestled between a pair of rocky hills. There's an old wooden bridge that spans the gulch, allowing passengers over the river, provided that not too many creatures attempt to cross at once. Based on Diego's perception, he suspects that the bridge can support 1 medium creature, or 2 small creatures.
Exactly like something Diego would say. This can support 1 medium creature or 2 medium creatures for relative size. Not a giant, though. It will not support a giant.
It can support 1 of me or 2 suits.
Matherson, do you have any magical spells from your long years of studying magic and the arcane arts? You are quite the good wizard, after all.
Diego, I think you might have become ill with something, and I don't think we'll be relying upon your recon for the rest of this trip. Don't worry, we have the best healers back at... No, we don't. So,
No, we don't. What, Diego doesn't feel ill. I don't know what we're talking about.
I know it's terrible. You just don't feel ill, and then blam, you've just falling over in pain.
Are you trying to pull some sort of wizard trick on me?
No.
I will not
I'm
fall for
over
this.
Anyways, Roshin, do you know any way to either strengthen this bridge for potential trade and movement or anything like that? Or would you say that this one's a lost cause and we should just build a better causeway somewhere else?
Well, sir, considering that this bridge has already been started, I would say that whenever you start your kingdom, we meant to actually finish this bridge. That way it can be used properly for trade.
Okay. I assume you've already written it down. So better.
Yes.
Good.
By the way, I see that there's a rope still intact. Can Diego like acrobat his way across the rope?
Yeah, that is something that you can do.
All right.
The book says athletics, but acrobatics actually makes just as much sense. Considering on the art that we're seeing here, that is what makes the most sense to me. You know?
Actually, athletics is better for me.
Athletics
Because
is better? Yeah.
Yeah, it's I have a 7 in athletics.
The fun thing is the way that the flavor text described it, it sounds like there should be a bridge here. It's just that it's very rickety and doesn't hold a lot of weight. But the way I'm looking at this going, I don't think 2 ropes constitutes a bridge.
It's just
Yep.
Yeah,
Clearly, you've never heard of a rope bridge.
I'm going to go by what the artwork is showing us. And you do believe, weirdly enough, that it is possible to repair the bridge.
Yes. That's why I was looking to Rasheen to see what the materials would be. He could work with Sobeta and go from there.
If
Wood
you
and
want-
stone, sir. Wood and stone.
Yeah.
And manpower.
Yes, but how much? And how much will it cost us?
By Rasheen's reckoning, like, despite how treacherous the artwork looks, it will take you 1 exploration activity to fix it. But considering how treacherous that is, it's going to be difficult and require a lot of teamwork.
Got it.
There's enough spare, like, nonsense in this pile right here that you could probably fix it.
Let's see. Can Diego go ahead and try the athletics to get across?
He can.
Imagine all of us are discussing this while Diego is already crossing.
Yeah, I'm just... He gets halfway there, Matheson just looks up and just... Diego, where are you going?
Across the bridge.
Why?
Because it's there.
To get to the other side!
To get you to the other side, of course.
Wonderful. That's not where we're headed. I'm sorry, but was there a different group of kobolds that I was not made aware of?
I just imagine like it's Diego and Amiri crossing, and they're racing to see who gets to the other side first.
There's 1 rope. How is it a race?
That's not going to stop them.
Oh boy.
I guess we'll find out.
Yes.
We will find out. You've rolled now. You're stuck with this.
Wait, Amiri rolled.
He rolled a Miri, not Diego.
You rolled a Miri.
Okay,
Was it +7?
so that's Amiri's athletics. I think we should roll Diego's athletics.
Amiri, they're racing across the thing. They're trying to outdo each other. So
No, they are not. No, they are not.
No, they're not racing on a single rope.
13. They're neck and neck. It looks like.
Okay.
I think, LD, you've forgotten one of the most important rules in almost every form of tabletop. Anything involving water is always the most dangerous thing in existence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, we fine. And that's how Diego died.
So what's your next character?
Here's the thing. You already told the party that one medium creature is all that you could do. So I'm going to say Amiri does not follow you. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Because I don't want to deal with that. You get across to the other side. It's just embarrassing how foolish you look.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's the Golden Boy swimming scene.
Yeah, you are above this thing, and boy, this was a lot easier on the other side. But you do make it across, and Rasheen, despite how frustrating and cringy that was to watch, you do suspect with people over there, you could actually probably fix this a little bit easier since you can like work on two sides at once.
And also, Diego kind of gets to the other side and unsheathes his sword in triumph, having reached the other side, and then looking smugly at Amiri because he did it and she didn't. Haha.
Alright, Diego, you are going to stay on that side, cut
For the
down
rest of the journey.
cut down some trees, and make logs. Amelie will. Oh my goodness gracious! And Amelia's doing it too, apparently.
As you're saying that, Amiri's like, ha!
She, almost equally as cringy as Diego was, but manages to make it across without stumbling as often. She also
She's
raises
one
her sword in
better.
triumph.
1 point better.
1 point better.
So Arbetta gives Diego a 2, and he gives Amiri a 3.5.
She's like, I know that number's higher! I know that number's higher! In your face!
No, it isn't.
What? No, it's 1, 2...
Okay, that'll distract them for a while. What are we actually planning on doing?
The issue is that it looks like we're building this now, since... Well, I would say that we would be down 2 trackers, but with their current track record,
Their track record.
It's like y'all across, you just hear like Diego go, you see, the 0.5 is smaller. That makes the number attached to it smaller, which is why...
Alright, so you're going to be spending the day repairing this. I will need a craft check from Rasheen. Now, if you want, you can have one party member can roll the assist, and that will make the DC a little bit better. Or that will make your roll a little bit better.
You know what? Because Diego is so fond to go on the other side and make some wood for us, let's have Diego do the assist roll.
Alright, Diego, roll athletics for chopping wood.
Diego is the best at assisting and athletics. So chopping wood is athletics?
I will let you use athletics, yeah. Or wood cutting lore, or survival, actually. Any of those, whichever's best.
Natural 1!
Oh,
of
wonderful.
course. God.
So you do know that we never gave him a wood cutting axe or anything.
Do not
Do you
worry.
think he's gonna use his blade?
I like to think that
I'm
Diego
hoping he
insisted
uses
that
his
he be the
head
one
and that
to-
it takes a very long time.
Alright,
Diego insists that he's the one to assist with the whole thing, so Diego's the best at assisting, and then it's a natural 1.
the artwork of Diego has like a falchion or whatever, but he actually pulls out a rapier and starts stabbing the tree, and Amiri's like, I have an axe, you know. Like, I've got like 3 spare axes. Do you want to use these? Like,
No. I got these.
all right, Rasheen, your DC went up a little bit. Give me a craft check.
Stabbing the tree.
So, may I be blunt? I think we should just let this be a distraction for them and save it for another day.
I'm worried about them just destroying it at this point.
He's made the bridge worse.
I'll see what I can do to at least make it safer for them to get back across. But there's no way that this would be a safe bridge for travel with whatever we make.
And then you immediately hear Amiri go, I bet you I can beat you in a swimming contest across the river.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yep.
All right. Regrettably, with the two chuckle across the river, just absolutely not helping. Like,
you still hear the sound of Diego stabbing the tree with a rapier.
meanwhile, Amiri's like, I'm getting bored. Are you good? Is this gonna be down anytime soon?
Amiri, food.
Hey, lunch break.
I think that she just grabs Diego, puts him on her shoulder, and then goes across.
Yeah. Roll.
Immediately collapsing the bridge.
Oh no!
God damn it.
Oh!
If he does that, I'm gonna roll athletics to try to hold the rope as best I can.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be there with you. I have a 6.
I also have a 6.
Roll athletics for Amiri.
Let's see. She has really good athletics, actually, so let's see. 11. That's a Diego. I pressed it on Amiri.
No, that's Amiri.
It says
That's
Amiri.
Amiri.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. 11. Haha!
She.
I thought it was going to be another natural one. It's 11.
She's like, all right, up we go, as she, like, steps on the rope, and, like, as you're over her shoulder, she takes one step onto the bridge, and the rope immediately snaps on your side, severing the bridges without you two falling into the drink. Hey, Chief!
They're just looking. They're just seeing his like flaming hair just billowing a bit as he just has a hand on his face.
Like his fiery hair smolders in defeat.
It's just, oh man.
And then Diego goes, Wizard! I think the rope has broken!
Sorbetta just takes out a book, jots down a few notes. Okay. Turns to Matherson. I think we should cut our losses, sir.
Are you talking the bridge or those two?
All right.
Whichever one.
Here's the thing.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, there's more to this.
Oh no.
So, emerging from this part of the bridge, in front of it, you see a zombie-like creature, clearly undead, rotten and waterlogged, come out of the water onto the part of the bridge and looks at the party, looks across the bridge at Amiri and Diego, looks back at the party, and
Who cut my rope?
whispers, You dare cross the bridge of nettles without paying the toll?
Gotta pay the troll toll.
To be fair, they crossed. We have not. And at this point, pointing to the now that there's no rope, I don't think anybody will be crossing this unless we are the ones to repair it. Because I assume in your state and the disrepair of the bridge, you won't be doing such?
Diego asked to see his written notice that contracts him to legally obtain coin for the bridge and the deed to the bridge, and which allows him.
Are you just screaming this across the raging river?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Excuse me, sir. Can I
okay.
can I see a written deed of notice?
I'm gonna stop you there just for a second because we don't have a ton of time. So he, at Matherson saying they crossed the bridge, the undead looks over, dives into the water, and begins swimming over to those two.
I do want to negotiate. See if we can negotiate with him. Say, okay, we'll play the. He never told us the toll amount, though.
It's just what it is. What it is, man.
I could pay it now.
Can we pay it right now. 1 second. I didn't. Wait. GB13. 1 moment.
Oh, no.
Did you make a mistake?
Hold
It
up.
wasn't this bridge. I was gonna say, it wasn't this bridge.
You know what? It is now. I'm just swapping them. Give me a moment.
I idea that the monster riders have like, oh, wrong bridge. Sorry.
Oh,
No.
sorry, this was last
No,
year's
and you-
bridge.
What would have been great at this point is if he had actually listened to Mathison and went and just kind of looked and goes, "What do you mean?" He looks back and sees that everything's destroyed, going,
Oh.
"I flew way far down the river than I was supposed to."
Wrong bridge. Sorry, guys.
Walks back into the water, just stomp, stomp, stomp.
Or even
Honestly-
better, he actually does have the deed to the bridge, and Diego says, "It's the wrong bridge."
Hold up. I can actually. God damn it! It's locked. How do I unlock it? Advanced lock position. I am trading this land. Like literally, it's so funny. It's so I'm gonna show you where I messed up. It's, but this is still funnier. This is way funnier. So right here originally was GB13. Over here is GB15. I read GB15 to you.
Nothing
Oh,
was showing
that
up.
makes so much more sense.
Yeah, so I will literally just swap these, and this is fine. Actually, it does make more sense that this is right here, because the map artwork shows wood, like trees.
Yes, agreed.
This is where, I think this is where my confusion was, because I saw trees, and I'm like, this makes a lot of sense, you know?
Actually, you guys are
Okay.
at this bridge now.
So there are two issues for this bridge. One, it needs to be repaired, and two, there's a dick. The other one's gonna be a breeze. I'm kidding.
I thought he was a huge monster, but I guess he's just a dude.
Yeah, like, Amiri takes a step backwards, and this guy pops out of the water, lands on the bridge in front of you. I will show you his artwork.
Oh
As a
god, he has
superhero.
artwork.
Oh, he has artwork.
He does have artwork.
I'm sorry, with the state of the bridge, I could just see him like superhero landing on it and going right back into the water.
Yeah.
Snaps.
Just lands. All right, and now.
Back in the water.
You see what it looks to be, you know, as an undead creature emerge as he goes, "You refuse to pay the toll and you broke my bridge. What?"
Excuse me, sir. Any negotiations are to be done on this side with me.
Over here.
I'm not swimming back.
That was your fault for running away.
Can't Diego, technically speaking, just speak with him, negotiate with him, because I know legal lore?
Yeah, that's actually what's so funny is that actually works. That works way
Go ahead.
better. That works way better than you think it will.
It's like this.
Okay.
Oh, let me see. Come on. Come on, big whammy. No whammies, no whammies.
Justify Diego's nonsense.
24!
Uh,
So before he comes out, he's like, okay, hold on, sir. First of all, we didn't refuse to pay anything. So we just met you, and we did not harm your bridge. So first of all, let's go down to the basics. What is your deed for the bridge? May I see it, please? It's like negotiating over the deed, legalities of the bridge, ownership, things like that.
He will stop and says, "I had a deed and a home long ago, but
not now.
no, stop interrupting me." he whacks you like an old man, like
Like, no.
You can see why the negotiations happen over. No, I'm just kidding. Keep going.
I used to be the one to ferry people across, but the Stag Lord appeared before me, and instead of offering coin like everyone else, chose to slay me.
Well, that's not nice. And legal, I think.
Correct. He stole the deed to my land and claimed it as his own. So no, I do
So-
not have a deed.
So then, not to be rude, but you don't actually own the bridge then.
It's still in my name. It says on the paper. I don't think the Stag Lord can read.
You don't have the deed with you for proof, so you cannot legally charge any money, legal-wise. Now, what I can do is like...
Go on.
You see, I happen to be good friends with Sixth Circuit Judge in Absalom, and I can actually refer him your case and he will escalate up the way, and I can get you a brand new deed explaining everything. A little bit. It's not illegal. It's not breaking the rules. It's just he owes me a couple of favors. I could. Or I guess we could just kill the Stag Lord and take your deed back.
Okay. So, playing off of what you were doing, as you were going on about like the Absalom, he's like, "Are you a lawyer?"
Actually.
He's about to stab you when you say actually, but then you offer to kill the Stag Lord and he stops.
He's like, wait a minute, kill the Stag Lord? Okay.
If you slay the Stag Lord, I will forgive you for destroying my bridge.
We can kill the Stag Lord, and then we will return the deed to you, and then you can legally charge money for people crossing the bridge.
Do we hear that on the other side?
You do not. But...
Damn! I will do this for you because it is the right thing to do, and one worthy of justice. You, sir, are a party horribly wronged by the Stag Lord, and it is my code and my honor to avenge this terrible crime.
His jaw has been agape for a while, both out of anger, age, and just shock. He uses his non-spear hand to fix his jaw, and then uses that same hand to outstretch into a handshake.
Diego, of course, shakes his hand.
You have 1 month.
Okay.
He jumps back into the river and disappears. I like on the other side, you just saw like this. They watch you shake his hand and then piss off.
And then Diego waves and goes, "It's okay. Everything's fine. Diego has taken care of everything."
So I think
Alright,
he just
right up.
paid the toll.
Oh, no, I don't think
Now
he did.
that-
Make any kind of, I don't know, emergency plans for an undead uprising. Any kind of. Do you know anybody who might be able to get rid of curses that might be upon this land now because of something he's done? Just assume the worst.
All you know is that he made a deal with the zombie.
Sadly, I do not have any clerical allies. Rasheen?
My skills are very clerical, but not that kind.
So I might know a few people, but they are far away or dead from old age.
Well, that's unfortunate. We'll keep on the lookout.
How are we gonna get them back over here?
I don't think we have any ability to do so. They will have to do that themselves.
Well, who wants food?
I would love some. Thank you.
Yeah. Dorbetta's gonna reopen his book, scratch out the equations he was doing for what's gonna take to fix the bridge, and start the math again.
It's gonna be a little more complicated now.
All right. Amiri points out that right next to the bridge, you could see a little sign that says "Ring for Service."
I guess we ring the bell.
Another splash occurs.
Does the guy come back?
5 silvers to cross the river.
First of all, you don't have a contract. No deed, remember? But as I am an honorable man who does not require such things at all times, I do know that you are the spiritual owner of this bridge, and so I will gladly pay you your 5 silver if I have it. Yes, I do. Okay, I'll just check it.
Yep.
I mean, you're not even paying for crossing a bridge at this point. You're just paying for his services as ferryman.
Yeah, he's going to ferry.
Don't need a
across the
deed for
bridge.
that.
Yeah.
I paid him 5 silver.
Okay. He has a pike that he like slams into the wooden parts of the bridge as a raft emerges from the water, and then he just gestures both of you onto it.
I guess we both get on. I think I still control me, right? So we both get on.
Yeah, you can both get on.
Does that mean they jumped down 20 feet onto a raft?
Yeah.
That's gonna be great. He gets him over, and he's just like, all right, I ferried you across. And both of you are looking up at the 20-foot cliff going, yeah, but how do we get up? Not my problem. Get off my raft.
I want to deal with the river. The cliff is your problem.
He ferries you across, and he's kind of like, well, your problem now. Like, to climb this is going to require an athletics check. It is not going to be terribly difficult.
To be fair,
Yeah,
you
but-
do have a broken rope that you can use.
Yeah, but we're also going to go ahead and roll natural ones, obviously.
Clearly.
17.
You guys ascend. No problem. You hear Nettles say farewell as he and his raft sink back into the water.
You know what the sad part is?
Mm-hmm.
Matheson already has an idea for what he could have used him for.
So,
Especially with a skilled undead ferryman. It's like, how do you feel about controlling trade routes up and down rivers?
I'm glad you're on the same page as your treasurer.
Yeah, I'm just like, we'll return your deeds so you can go back to this. And Matheson's just doing like, so this is why I do the negotiations. Much bigger plans.
Amiri and Diego, I guess, communicate what they just agreed to in their own special way.
So you've agreed to kill the Stag Lord, giving us a 1-month time period when we didn't have one previously.
Also, we agreed to throw his body in the river. That was definitely part of it, and always part of it.
That was body of the river.
Yeah, that is actually Nettles' quest. So,
And just to be sure, we are going to return a deed. And all of this, when the ferry cost was 5 silver?
Yes, exactly. Diego looks proud of his deal that he made.
Diego, while I understand the acumen and skill you have in this, do consult with the rest of the group on any kind of binding contracts.
Couldn't negotiate with you halfway across the river, but fear not. Diego is an expert in these legalities.
I understand you know legal law very well. You understand all of the laws. Negotiation, on the other hand, seems to be a big issue.
We lost a deed to the bridge. We agreed to give it back. I don't see what the problem with this. Because it's the right thing to do.
Diego, what happens to someone's possessions after they die?
Well, he's not dead. He's undead.
Yes, but what happens when they die?
I'm not really sure how the legalities work with if you're undead, because when you're dead, your possessions pass on to your descendants. But if you're undead,
if there are no
you're still alive.
descendants. But if there are no descendants, what happens?
well, you don't know if he doesn't have descendants, Amiri.
Yeah, none of us asked.
I'm not asking for that aspect. I'm just wondering what happens when they are deceased. For instance, let's say that a spear came out of nowhere and impaled you. What happens to your stuff?
Well, it would go to the state.
And who's to be the state?
That would be the Stag Lord. But he is
soon to be dead.
Yes, it's exactly the idea. See, I told you the negotiation went well. That's exactly our plan. That's the deal you made. We kill the Stag Lord, throw his body in the river, get the deed back, get it back to the guy. I don't see anything wrong with this negotiation.
And how long do we have to do this?
1 month. Or else I think
Oh,
or something.
How long has it taken us to get this far on our journey?
Actually, about a week and a half.
Sorbetta will just point out, to be fair, we don't have to kill the Stag Lord in a month. You, and he points at Diego, have to kill the Stag Lord in a month.
Now I'm thinking of ways to sequence break this in the funniest way possible.
Can we go back to the main map for a moment? All right, so it's taken us a week and a half to go 3 squares.
No,
2 more squares.
No.
Oh, sorry.
There and then back again. A Hobbit's Tale by Bilbo Baggins. And then you traveled all the way down here. So yeah, you've only started adventuring in the Stolen Lands for about a week and a half. You've covered several.
No, that's...
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Is I was meaning specifically this trip that we're on right now.
3
this
days.
escapade.
Oh, 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I was very confused. I was gonna be like, it's taking us a week and a half to go this many.
And,
Whoa, Diego!
and that's-
Good luck on your one-man assault of the.
and to be fair, that's because we're taking the time to search. With the horses, we could travel 2 hexes in a day if we weren't searching each one.
Yes. All right. Well, we have 1 month starting from today. We'll deal with that.
By the way, the one thing I did mention was that the deal covered all of us, not just me. I'm not sure if I made that clear or not. It was in the negotiations. It was specifically mentioned that the party has to kill it in the month.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Pathfinder months are all 30 days, correct?
I think they're 100 days.
I don't think that's right.
No,
Doesn't sound right to me.
So I will have a thing called Nettles Countdown, and I'll put it right here.
They're almost all 30 days. Some are 31, and there's one random 28-day month. February is 28 days. Everything else is 30 or 31.
Do not worry. The deal was the time limit was a standard month length. I made sure to specify that in the negotiations. So we have 30 days. 28 would be too few, and 31 would be cheating.
So I got 30. That's fine.
My lord, may I maim him for this?
I think he would like it. So find some other way to punish him accordingly.
I'll put
I
extra
don't know.
salt
Give
in
him a
his food
math
then.
lesson or something like that.
Ooh, a math lesson. I remember when I used to give those out.
All right, give me your camping checks. So establishing camp, camouflaging camp, that sort of thing.
All right, I'll establish again.
Okay, that is good enough. The stealth. The DC is 16 for most checks in this area.
I'm gonna use Arcana as a joke to try to see if I can teach Diego numbers.
The DC is too high.
Diego already knows numbers. He knows 10 of them.
God.
Sometimes 20.
The campsite is workable, but everyone takes a -2. Matheson, you were able to camouflage it very well. Good job. Hunt and gather rolls. Tell me who's leading and who is helping. We can still call it a contest. I don't care. Just tell me whose role is actually gathering ingredients.
It's survival, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What is the higher survival? Diego does. So I guess Diego will be leading.
Yeah, so we're going to use Diego's role in actually gathering the ingredients, and Amiri is your assist role, if that makes sense.
22.
Cool. Go ahead and roll Amiri then, as well, and if she rolls well, it does better for you. Okay, so
16.
that is a 23, which really matters, actually. You technically won this contest, for those keeping track.
Diego was very prideful about winning.
Success. You find a basic number of ingredients equal to the zone's DC. All right, you find 16 basic ingredients and 1d4 special ingredients. So roll 1d4.
3.
So you find 3 special ingredients and 16 basic.
Okay.
Probably fungus growing near Nettles where he's resting. Thank you, Nettles.
Very much appreciated.
Either way. Next day, you travel. Are you going to recon this area?
Yes.
Okay.
We are looking for a particular group of kobolds,
Correct.
after all.
Give me your roll. This is Diego's perception check.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Perception, and then look for giants. 13.
You don't seem to find anything particularly interesting, but you do discover that crossing the river here is not difficult, in the sense that, so If you attempt to cross a river, it's considered difficult terrain, which means it takes 2 activities to cross. But here, it will only take 1 to go in any of these squares. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yes. The issue is, though, that we have not found the kobolds yet.
Yeah. But that is all you find.
Marquis, could you converse with Soot and make sure that we have not missed it?
Of course. Marquis will open up Soot's bag.
Soot pops out, somehow well-fed this entire trip.
I've been feeding him.
I have been keeping track that he's getting those rations.
Fair enough.
It's in his contract.
He has signed no such thing.
He looks around at this river crossing that you're at, and he looks north, south, east, west, all that, and then points. He says, "That way," and he points in this direction.
Okay. Good. So we're not having to keep going towards the Stag Lord just yet. Good. All right. I guess we have to set up camp and then we'll keep traveling.
Yep, give me your normal camp checks.
Yep. We'll try to speed it up.
I burned the food.
Yep, you prepare. Oh God, you're just making basic meals, right? You're not making special.
Yeah, I'm only making basic stuff unless somebody
We're in the camp
really
town.
wants something.
All right. Marquis finds a good camp. Matheson, it is next to a river, so disguising it kind of tricky. Okay, you know what? That's not part of this, but I can totally do that. Give me a second.
Also, I want to point out that Diego totally stomped Miri in this contest.
He did.
Embarrassingly so.
Not only that, Diego found a special fishing spot.
Diego's the best at fishing.
Diego, you bring back a shitload of fish, including a special river pike. All right. Diego brings back 32 basic ingredients.
Here you go. I like to think that Amiri just brought back like one tiny unedible fish or something.
And
A
then,
little taku.
not only that, you brought back a Paozu tuna, which is the tuna that Goku got in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
The huge one.
The huge
The
ones.
big ones.
And you bring that back. That is the equivalent of 4 special ingredients. And you figure that this area is so rich in fish and it's so easy to do here, you can establish this as a special fishing ground for resources.
It's kind of funny, like Diego just having all this fish and go, "Wow, this fishing here is so easy." While Amiri has like nothing. It's so easy. What a even a moron can find fish here.
She comes back embarrassed with like one little trout.
Not a place that we could set up a fishery, would you think?
We can call it Diego's Fishery.
Very well. With camp established, you earned yourself a green check mark here.
Yeah.
And the next day you travel here. Perception.
It's like Diego's doing all the work.
I mean, that's what your character is kind of built for.
Let's say perceive. 23.
Yeah. Great job. As you get closer, you eventually do find a cavern that is fairly well hidden. You bring out Soots, and he excitedly points, "Eek! Soots! So it's home! Strange that there's no kobolds here."
Good. We shall murder them. I unsheathe my sword. Should murder them quickly.
Diego, I think your fast action is appreciated in so many cases, just not the last few days. How about you calm down for a bit?
I did find out that fish.
Yes, but that's nice and slow and easy, yes? Not fast action.
I've caught those fish pretty fast, man.
So you can see this is the entrance. It is well hidden. All right, now it is almost 9:30. I know that LitDev needs to go soon. Do we
They
want
could
to...
definitely do the kobold for next time if you want to.
Yeah, this is a whole ass dungeon, by the way.
Oh, then yes. Let's
Yeah,
save it for
let's
next
save it
time.
next time then.
Okay. We're gonna save that for here. It may not feel like we accomplished a lot, but I think getting the camping rules down and the exploration rules down is important.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Diego accomplished a lot.
Yes, I will say I think he's done most everything on today's session.
that unfortunately happens in Kingmaker during the exploration phase. One
Yeah.
character just carries the whole party.
That character is Diego.
Well, see, he
Unfortunately.
carried us, but not necessarily where we wanted to go.
Yeah.
But Diego did carry. He's the best at these.
But I think this is a good place to call it for the night.